Right now I'm headed out to my cameras. Let's see. They are right there. There's deer out there right now. They don't seem to care. Maybe they just know it's not deer season. Well, my goal is today is I'm going to grab the images off the camera and then I'm going to compare the images from my phone to my images downloaded directly to the card. Time to head to the other camera. Let's just go ahead and transport over there. So those deer just ran through, but I never did a review of this camera here, and only because the only real difference was the spec. I think it takes a bigger megapixel picture, and then it has the screen on the front and you can actually change the settings with the screen. But as far as all the settings go, they're all the same as the settings you can control in the app. So nothing really is different in the camera than from your phone. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, I'll put the link right here. You guys can go watch that video. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But this camera and the other camera are the same, except the other camera, you can have no camera controls whatsoever. This camera, you can actually control information out in the field. That's a more expensive camera. It does work. Both my cameras seem to be working really good. They worked all last year, and then there are some issues, and we'll get into that when I get back to my desk. So I'll see you there. So I decided not to go to my desk, and this video is almost a month and a half later from the beginning of this video. I'm a procrastinator, whatever. I'm tying up for tomorrow's fishing video. I gotta get this off here and put on what I want to use in the morning. As far as the cameras go, I'm gonna go over a couple images here. I'm gonna show you a couple different images, but I'm gonna show you two exact images. One is from my phone, and this was sent to me from the trail camera. It's a lower megapixel rating. I don't even know if it's even a megapixel. It just saves data, and it's easier to get the picture sent so that you're not wasting data and it's not wasting battery. But in this exact same image, the image is directly from the camera. So this is what the picture looks like when it's taken and placed on your card. As you can tell, there's quite a big difference, but I think the point of these cameras is so that you don't have to go in the woods. So you're not getting near your stand, you're not putting scent into the woods. You're only going out there when it's time to hunt. And this allows you to know when a deer are coming out. You can pattern, a certain buck or certain bucks, whatever. This camera is really useful in that aspect. And who cares if you get a 10 megapixel image to your phone? I don't think it really matters as long as you can tell what it is, what deer it is. This actually has a buck tracker app. The camera can be set so it'll look for specific bucks and alert you when that buck has showed up. So as far as battery life goes, it depends on how you have your settings. If you're taking a lot of video, if you're just taking photos, and how often you're having the images sent to your phone. So you can have them sent from anywhere from 1 time a day to 12 times a day to instant. So every time a picture is taken, you can have it sent to you. Especially in the summer months, I don't see any reason to have it set to consecutive. Spypoint makes external batteries as well as solar panels. There's also other companies that make universal 12-volt battery adapters. I've seen one that had a battery in a box with a solar panel attached to it. They also make a camera that's basically the same camera with a solar panel attached to it. So, that could help out drastically as far as battery time goes. The link I had up there earlier is from when I placed the camera in the UP. I had an external solar panel with batteries built into the solar panel, and then from there it plugged into the camera. It wasn't a Spypoint product, but it did work with the camera. And for the first month, my battery kept showing 100%, 100%, 100%. And I had the settings so that it was sending me a picture every single time that a picture was taken, because up there's not as much activity in the UP, at least where we have ours set up, as there is down here. You put it in a field and they come out and eat every night in the field. This is a big 100,000 acre woods, and anything that comes across, anytime there's an animal in front of it, you get excited. We had a wolf, a couple different wolves, or maybe the same wolf, more than once. We had a couple bears, we had deer, of course, and so it was pretty cool to see this stuff right away. Anyway, back to the point is that camera lasted 2.5 months. Somehow the solar panel ended up coming unplugged. So it lasted about 1.5 months just on the batteries that were in the camera. Once I noticed that the solar panel had disconnected, I switched it to, it was only sending me a picture once a day. It lasted 1.5 months, taking pictures, sending me once a day. I'm not real sure, but I'm pretty sure that the bear disconnected the solar panel from the camera, because there's a couple times we have it walking very close to the camera, and I'm sure that that's what it was. Earlier in the video I said there was some issues, and it did have issues. In the season, during the season last year, it stopped sending me photos, and I could not get it to work. I was constantly going out to the cameras and putting new batteries in it, and unplugging it, plugging it back in, putting in the SD card, taking the SD card out, putting a new SD card in. I could not figure out what was going on. There was a server issue, and therefore the camera stopped connecting to the wireless service and so on. Now, Spypoint made good on it. They gave me 3 free months for each camera that I had. You know, it was unfortunate, and it did suck that I wasn't getting images during the season, which is the prime time that you want them, but at the same time they made good on it, and I really can't get mad at them about it. Since that was fixed, these cameras have worked fine. I haven't even brought them home. They've been on the same trees for the last 8 months, and they're still working fine. I do have to change the batteries. I do plan on getting a solar panel and external battery for them. I just haven't done it yet. So I came out to change the batteries in my camera, and I'm gonna get the images off the camera as well. I haven't checked it in a while. It stopped sending me images, so I'm sure that the batteries are dead. And then the last time I came out, I moved the images, and there was only like 60 images on it, and I hadn't moved any of the images in 6 months. So I'm hoping that's not going to be a problem. So I just finished running up over there, changed the batteries out real quick. Come over here to this camera, and it is filled with, I think they're ants. Now, the one thing I don't know, you know, I'm not going to contact Spypoint. I think I figured it out based on some information that's in the app. I left the cameras up for 6 months, and when I went out to check them 6 months later, I didn't go out into the field or anything like that. There was only images for the last month. I was a little bit frustrated with that, and come to find out, the way they have their plans set up, they have these extra plans on top of the Verizon cellular plan. Basically what it is you pay extra, so you pay like $79 a month, and I think you can have 10 cameras, and basically if you pay that money, they won't erase pictures on your card. Now, I don't think I like that. I mean, I don't know if these other companies change the way they do theirs, but you know, when I had the moultrie, you never lost any images. They never erased your card or anything like that. I don't really like that, because I still bought the camera. I should still be able to get images saved to my card. Like I said, I don't know why they did that. You know, I had a bunch of pictures sent to me during turkey season. I was really excited to see them in a higher resolution. When I went out, took the images off the card, they were not there. So that kind of sucked. That's something I'm sure they'll probably end up changing. You know, I don't know for sure. I don't think that's a good plan. I don't think that's a good way to do it. As far as hunting, advances in hunting, the trail cameras changed a lot of things. You know what deer are out there, you know what time they're going out there. You know, if it's a deer that's coming around every few days, you can pattern that deer. You didn't really do that when I grew up hunting. You just went out and you hoped to see a deer every single night. And I think that's a good tool to have. It's probably one of the best tools that you could have. If you want to be able to stay out of the field, you want to be able to see the deer that are in your woods or in your fields or wherever, you know, state property, whatever, these cameras are great, because you don't have to go see the camera. You don't have to go get the camera, go get the card out of the camera. And, you know, for a lot of people that hunt really big deer, a lot of those big deer are deep into the woods, or they're deep into the swamp. With this camera, you know, as long as you have signal, you can literally go into the swamp every single day without stepping a foot into the swamp, if that makes any sense. I think they're great cameras. Are they perfect? No. Do they have room for improvement? Absolutely. I mean, they're always going to improve. Eventually we'll be getting full megapixel images to your camera, I'm sure, in the near future. For starters, I think this is a great camera. I see lots of companies that have these cameras now. A lot of people have Verizon, a lot of people have AT&T. I do want to test some of those other cameras, but I'm not rich, so I'm going to stick to the Spypoints for now. As far as the camera goes, I think they're really good cameras. The image quality is definitely not the best image quality of any trail cameras that I had, but it's still really good quality. And then you're getting like 720p video, or it might even be 1080. I'm not real sure. I think it's just 720. But the trigger speeds seem to be fast. I get almost all my pictures have deer in them. I was getting a lot of pictures of weeds because it's been really windy the last few weeks, and then I changed my settings so that the sensor was not so sensitive. That's helped a lot. I've been getting a lot less picture of weeds that are just blowing around. If you guys have any questions, please ask. I will answer them the best I can. I do not work for Spypoint. I do not get paid by Spypoint. They have no idea I'm doing this. They have no idea I exist. Well, they might know I exist because I did that other video a year ago. But more than likely, they don't know I exist. But if you do have questions, I can try to help you out. My first video with the Spypoint camera, I actually give a lot of details on how to use the app and stuff. So if you want information on that, go watch that video first. If you don't find anything in that video and this video, then make sure you ask me and I'll try to help you. It's only going to be based on my user experience. It's not going to be based on any grand knowledge that I have on these cameras. I'm not, I don't know everything technical about them. If your camera's not working right, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. So no technical questions, just, questions about the use of the camera. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just, I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. Then you think I'm a bigger jerk. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me right now. My username is going to be somewhere on the screen right here. I don't know until I get it in the editor. I'm going to be posting all the images that my cameras send me right from my phone right up to Instagram. So if you guys want to see those images, just follow. I'm going to put them in my stories every single day. I'm not going to post them to my actual feed. So if you guys want to see those images, you guys are definitely going to need to follow so that you can view my stories every single day. And I will do my best to put them in the stories every single day, at least the good pictures. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, subscribe, hit that like button. I gotta go.